He wasn't the chosen one. He wasn't the brightest witch of her age. But without Ron Weasley, the wizarding world as we know it might have fallen. In this deep dive, we're unpacking the truth about one of the most underappreciated characters in the Harry Potter series. Why Ron Weasley deserved far more respect than he ever got. By the end of this video, you might just see Ron in a whole new light. From the moment we meet Ron on the Hogwarts Express, he's overshadowed, first by his many siblings, then by Harry's fame, and eventually by Hermione's brilliance. But what if we told you that Ron's normalcy was exactly what made him exceptional? Ron is the grounding force between Harry's trauma and Hermione's intellect. He represents something rare in the wizarding world, someone who is brave, loyal, and deeply human. Growing up in a poor but loving family, Ron brought heart, warmth, and humor into an increasingly dark world. Let's not forget, he's the first true friend Harry ever had. It's easy to look at Harry's big, show-stopping heroics and think that's what bravery looks like. But Ron showed quiet courage over and over again. Think about this. In Philosopher's Stone, he sacrifices himself during the life-size chess game. That wasn't just a clever move. It was a moment of total selflessness. He didn't hesitate to get knocked out so Harry could go on. And in Deathly Hallows, after being corrupted by the Horcrux and leaving Harry and Hermione, he still finds the strength to return and saves Harry's life from drowning. That redemption arc is huge. It shows emotional maturity, growth, and incredible strength of character. Ron often gets labeled as the comic relief or the bumbling sidekick, but let's not underestimate his strategic mind. He's a master of wizard chess for a reason. Ron can think several steps ahead, especially under pressure. He understands how people work. He reads emotions better than either Harry or Hermione, and often serves as the social glue of the trio. In Order of the Phoenix, he helps lead Dumbledore's army. In Half-Blood Prince, he plays keeper for the Gryffindor Quidditch team and nails it, not because he's naturally talented, but because he pushes through self-doubt, something many of us can relate to. Ron doesn't have Hermione's book smarts or Harry's hero complex, but what he has is instinct, loyalty, and the ability to rise to the occasion. That's a kind of intelligence the series doesn't highlight enough. Here's the truth. Without Ron, the trio wouldn't have lasted. He's the bridge between Harry's intensity and Hermione's logic. He brings levity, but also empathy. He's the first to crack a joke, the first to get angry, and the first to say what everyone else is thinking. Ron made them feel like kids, even during war. In Deathly Hallows, his love for his family is what makes him vulnerable to the Horcrux, but it's also what saves him. He doesn't want glory, he wants home, and that's powerful. He was the emotional center, and when he broke, everything broke. When he left, it devastated the group. That alone shows how vital he was. One of the biggest reasons Ron doesn't get enough respect is because of the movie adaptations. The films took away many of Ron's best moments and gave them to Hermione or Harry. For example, the idea to enter the Chamber of Secrets with Lockhart, that was Ron in the book. The brilliant plan to lure Umbridge into the forest, also Ron's help. His bravery, humor, and leadership are much more prominent in the books. In the films, he's often reduced to comic relief or whining. But book Ron, he's a knight. Let's talk about something deeper, Ron's flaws. Yes, he was jealous of Harry. Yes, he sometimes felt insecure about Hermione. But who wouldn't? He was surrounded by greatness, and he felt small. But he never let that stop him. He kept showing up again and again, despite feeling like the least important person in the room. That takes incredible inner strength. His journey is perhaps the most human of all. He's not a prodigy or a savior. He's just a boy trying to do what's right. And in the end, he does. One of the most debated aspects of the series is Ron and Hermione's relationship. Some fans say they weren't a good match, but J.K. Rowling herself said that part of the reason they worked was because Ron had to grow up. And he did. He learned how to treat her with respect. He became a better man. Not a perfect one, but a good one. Their relationship felt earned, not manufactured. It came from years of friendship, frustration, loyalty, and love. And that's real. In the extended canon, Ron becomes an Auror and later helps George run Weasley's Wizard Wheezes. It's a beautiful full circle. The boy who felt like he had no identity outside of his family becomes a war hero, a father, and a business owner. He chooses joy. He chooses to live. That in itself is revolutionary in a world torn by darkness. Ron Weasley wasn't just the sidekick. He wasn't just the funny best friend. He was the glue, the courage, and the heart that kept the trio together. Maybe it's time we all gave him the respect he truly deserved. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Was Ron unfairly overshadowed? Did the movies do him justice? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more magical deep dives.